you have ever experienced family trauma. Okay, everybody. I'm going to share a little bit of our family tea. And tea is a Gen Z term for gossip. Death, it doesn't just take a person. It surfaces everything that was left undealt with. My daughter, Kinaya, was 24. Today marks 11 months and 5 days since her passing. And planning her funeral wasn't something that I or her siblings were ready for. When my son, who was incarcerated, had found out that I allowed some cousins that he didn't want at the funeral, whew, he was livid. I mean, angry. There were so many reasons why he didn't want them there. And he felt like I had betrayed him. And from where he was sitting, he wasn't wrong. Initially, I agreed with my son. But then, this girl cousin, who we'll call T, she said, "Sis, eventually, Kinaya would have found her way to forgiveness." This girl cousin T, she's the one we call when we want to get into some drama. All of a sudden, that day, she wanted to be Miss Peacemaker. So I had to sit with whether I wanted to put my energy into that fight or surrender to the support of people I may not have wanted it from. Those cousins, they were saying some terrible things about my daughter and our family. They're pastors. That's a title that's supposed to carry something different. The hypocrisy angered me more than it hurt me. But now, to turn the tables back on me, my children can tell you that they didn't trust me because I had broken so many promises that my words no longer held any weight. So who was I to hold a grudge against them? This was about taking accountability. This was about realizing the similarities in our behavior. And for me, that was an ego check. So I made a decision without consulting my son. Because what we needed as a family wasn't division. What we needed was the support from our community to hold us up because we were falling apart in so many ways. What we needed were the warm embraces of the faces that knew her, so that way we can collect her memory in its most authentic form. Whether it was the Kinaya that made you laugh, or the smart mouth Kinaya that you didn't like. Either version, I just wanted her to be seen. So I honored my daughter by doing what she loved, spending time with her family and her friends. And my son was angry about that decision, and he still is. And he has every right to be. Because during that day, I didn't answer his phone call from prison. I had no capacity, had nothing left in me to fight. So, my son, I was actually talking to him earlier, and then I said, son, I'm about to share this story with everybody. Are you okay with that? He's like, yeah, that's fine, Mom. That's your perspective. I think the underlying pain for my son is that he didn't get a chance to reconcile with his sister before she passed away. And there's another moment that stands out to me. While we were preparing Kenaya's body for viewing, in Samoan culture, it's normal for us to hang out with dead people. We took a few days to grieve with her body, because that's just what we do. And then we dress her. But as I looked at my daughter's body laying there on the table, the wife of that cousin that I didn't want there, I seen her getting up to walk towards the body. With her head bowed down, her eyes swollen from crying. And she's hovering over my daughter and she says, babe. And then her tears, they turned to a deep wailing. And I realized that that wasn't grief. That was a deep regret. I pray that that cousin finds forgiveness for herself. So, the dirty laundry of death is, try to figure out if you're carrying something before you have to talk at a funeral. Mr. Contest Chair. Raise your hand if you have ever experienced